That wasn't a mistake. That was the last straw after years of your sick games. We came back for you, Dad shouted, standing up. We drove back after an hour, but you were gone. Yeah, I was gone. And I stayed gone. Best decision I ever made. I pulled out my phone and pressed record. Now, state your business or leave. That's when the truth came out. Between Mom's sobs and Dad's angry outbursts, they explained their situation. They'd taken out a second mortgage on the house for Dad's foolproof investment scheme. Now they were 6 months behind on payments. The bank was foreclosing. They needed $175,000 to save their house. You've done so well for yourself, Mom whimpered, gesturing at my office. Surely you can help your own parents? I let them finish. Then I reached into my desk and pulled out a folder. Funny you should mention the house. See, when I heard you were looking for me, I did some digging, found out about the foreclosure. So I had my company buy your mortgage debt from the bank. The silence was beautiful. Their faces went from confusion to shock to fear. What does that mean? Dad's voice had lost its thunder. It means you have 30 days to vacate the property. My company acquired it legally at auction last week. We're demolishing it for a new development project. Mom started wailing. Dad's face turned purple. You can't do this. That's our home. Like the gas station was my home? At least I'm giving you 30 days. You gave me 30 seconds. Dad lunged across the desk. I stood my ground as security rushed in. I'd had them on standby. As they dragged my parents out, Mom screamed that I was evil, that I'd rot in hell. Dad threatened lawsuits. I just watched through the glass as they were escorted out, still recording everything. My phone buzzed, a text from my sister Sabrina. They just called me crying. What did you do? I typed back. What they taught me to do, look out for myself. I've spent 20 years building myself up from nothing. Now I'm going to use everything I've learned to tear down the house that was never really a home. The demolition starts next month. I'll update when it's done. Edit. My aunt, Mom's sister who took me in, just called. She's proud of me. That means more than revenge ever could. Final update. First, thank you all for the support on my previous posts. Never thought my story would get this much attention. What happened in the last few days? Well, let's just say karma finally caught up with them. After I bought their house at the auction, legally through my company, my parents Gerald and Denise completely lost it. They started calling every single relative, telling them how their ungrateful son was throwing them out on the street. Thing is, they didn't expect me to have proof of everything. Remember those old Nokia phones that could record calls? I kept one from back then. Had their prank recorded, them laughing as they drove away, saying, let's see how long it takes him to get home. Kept it all these years. Also had a whole folder of old birthday cards with lovely messages like, maybe if you weren't such a disappointment. Saved up. 20 years of documented emotional abuse, all neatly organized. Yesterday morning, I mass emailed everything to the entire family. Every single relative got to hear that recording. See those cards. Read the text messages. By noon, my sister Sabrina called me crying.